Toastmasters and welcome guests. What am I doing up here? It's a question I keep asking myself. What am I doing up here? Most of you know the statistics say that people would rather die than get up in front of a group of people. Die! But what happens when somebody walks into a room like this? They walk in, shake hands with the greeter, socialize with those in the room, and then calmly sit in their chair. Until their name gets called to the front of the room, and suddenly terror rips through their body. They begin to stand, only to find out that their legs feel like sandbags. Dum, dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. They turn and face the audience, all eyes on them. They feel like a deer in heaven. The speaker begins to formulate his first words, only to find that his tongue is stuck to the top of his mouth. His mouth is dry as the Sierra Desert. Then his knees begin to buckle, so he grabs a hold of the lectern. And the lectern says, "No, no, please, please, what have I done to you?" As he gives it the death grip. Finally, the speaker calms himself a bit and tries to recount that beautiful speech that he just gave in front of his family last night to perfection, only to find that today his mind is blank. What happens to people that come to the front of the room? Is there an alien ship that hovers over Toastmaster meetings that sucks out the brains of people that come to the front? The speaker decides he better just start talking about anything to appease the void in the room. So he starts talking. He has no idea what's coming out of his mouth, but he keeps talking. After about a minute or two, he remembers, that's right. They suggest that we move on from the lectern. So he takes 2 steps to the side. Suddenly he's totally exposed to the entire room. Thoughts go to, how does my hair look? Is there something green in my teeth? And then number 1, the most important question of all, is my zip. The speaker continues to mumble and stumble and bumble through his words until finally the light in the back of the room comes on and he finishes up that last sentence, goes up to the Toastmaster, shakes hands, and walks quickly over to his chair. Just about the time he gets to the chair, a very unusual thing happens. That beautiful speech comes flowing fluidly back into his memory. He collapses in his chair, hyperventilating, his heart beating out of his chest. The meeting continues. It's now time for table topics, but the speaker breathes a sigh of relief because he probably won't be called on to table topics. And then it's time for the evaluator, or was it exterminator? All eyes are back again on the speaker. The speaker slumps back in his chair. The evaluator begins by saying some lovely things about how good the speech was. But then he goes through his checklist of things that could have been done, should have been done, and why weren't they done to be a better speech, of course. And then it's time for the and the counter, the cherry on the cake. The speaker's sitting in his chair thinking, ums and ahs and filler words, are you kidding? If it wasn't for those, I wouldn't have said anything. Don't you remember my brain was up in the alien ship? The meeting is then adjourned. The speaker gathers his things from his chair and runs out of the room as quickly as possible, gets in his car and drives home and takes a 4-hour nap after his 5 to 7 minute speech. And then a very strange thing occurs. He comes back again the next week. Why? Why would anybody subject himself to such torture and not even get paid for it? I don't know about anybody else in this room. I can only speak for myself. I had heard from friends many times about Toastmasters, and people encouraging me to come to Toastmaster meetings. And I always thought, I'm really happy you enjoy that, but it's just not for me. shy, quiet, and unassuming fellow. He would come in every week and tell me about his experiences with Toastmasters, and tell me about people giving speeches. And then he started telling me about this thing called table topics. I thought, table topics? I have to stand up in front of the room and respond to a question totally unprepared? Oh, no way. That is definitely not me. But after a few weeks, I could see a difference in this person. He was becoming more confident, more self-assured in himself. And I thought to myself, you know, it's time. It's time for me to get out from behind my mother's apron string and learn how to speak better. Because I knew when people asked me a question, I would stumble and bumble over my words. And it oftentimes came out not sounding like I was very bright. So I decided to go to a meeting. And I went to a meeting and then a second one, and then probably about 8 meetings, I finally decided to sign on the dotted line. Now, as Shay said, that was 5 years ago. I've learned so much. I've grown in so many ways. I've had experiences that I never knew I would ever have. And I really enjoy the fact that in this club, everyone is in the same boat, paddling up the same stream. And we're all here to learn from each other and support each other. And today, I'm very happy and confident and bubbling over with enthusiasm and happy to report that I am a Toastmaster.